Hey guys, Jonathan here, and today we're going to step inside the new Arkham Asylum set and break down every reference and Easter egg that's shown in the set. Now, I have a full set review on the channel now, which I would encourage you to check out for like all of the play features and details and stuff. This will be just about the references and Easter eggs, so let's get started. A great place to start is actually with the truck side build, where we have a license plate on the front and the back that says B258, which of course Batman number 258 was a classic story where Two-Face escapes from none other than Arkham Asylum, which was the first time Arkham was ever shown or referenced in the comics. On the top of this same van, you can see the 7785, which is a reference to the original Lego Arkham Asylum from 2006. So starting on the side, you can see that Clayface has made an escape out of this pipe. Man, oh man, do I wish Clayface was actually in this set. I guess this is him being in the set. That being said, we can see that the Joker has graffitied and put a smile on that face of the camera sign there, which is cool. Then, of course, we have Hitchhikers May Be Supervillains with a little question mark there, which, of course, has been left by the Riddler. As we turn the building on its side, you can see we've got a big hole there for the villains to escape out of. And around back, we actually have a couple of the best Easter eggs, in my opinion. One of my favorites is this box right here with the banana guy on it, which has to be a reference to the Gorilla Grodd Goes Bananas set from years ago, which in and of itself was a reference to the Arrested Development TV show. So references on references there, but I absolutely love that. We have a little snowman here referencing the fact that Mr. Freeze has frozen the water coming out of this drain pipe. And then the best references in the set, in my opinion, at least my favorite ones maybe, are in the dumpster. When we open it up, you can see that we have studs from the original Lego Batman game. Like, remember, if you would, like, break a trash can or something like that, studs would fall out. So that's pretty cool. And also inside there, we have a sticker piece here of Batman number 9. They already did the Batman number 1 in the CMF from years ago, so it's cool to get another vintage iconic cover like this. And move to the side where we have a Metropolis tourism poster here, and you can even see Superman flying in the sky, which is so cool. We have a paw print, presumably from Crypto, and a hello there right underneath, General Kenobi reference. Okay, I might be making that one up. But here we have a Wayne Enterprises sign there with like a pull tab. I guess it's for like hiring, or I'm not exactly sure what it would be, but it's a reference to Wayne nonetheless. So those are all the references on the ground floor. And then, of course, on the statue here, you can see that the Joker has defaced this statue up front. And yeah, that's pretty cool so far. And take a look at this panel where you could see the Harvey Dent has been ripped in half, kind of alluding to his Two-Face. But even with the Joker smile and the ha-ha-has, very clearly evident references to the Dark Knight films, which is so cool. Love that. Up here, we have a little graffiti with H plus I inside of a heart, referencing Harley and Ivy's relationship in the comics. And as we move around the sides here, we've got more graffiti like the Riddler's question marks on this side. When we pull out this box, you can see that there's an egg in there, of course, referencing Egghead. That's a very sneaky one there. We have one more up top, which is some graffiti for Harley Quinn, as well as some graffiti for Dead Penguin, Oz Cobb. Oh yeah, we also have this, the ha-ha-ha Joker graffiti on the water tower. So now we'll have to go inside for even more references. So once we get inside, on the furthest jail cell here, we can see that somebody dug their way out with a spoon. That's just kind of a common thing when you're talking about prisons and stuff, like digging your way out with a spoon. Kind of reminds me of Shawshank Redemption, but regardless, that's still pretty funny. Of course, we can see that there's a sign here that says no coins, umbrellas, playing cards, or coolers, but the Joker has gone ahead and graffitied that out. There's another one on the next floor up that's not graffitied, but obviously they don't want the villains having their weapons and their vices. So as we move over to the side here, this might be where there's the most references of anywhere in the entire set. Okay, so over here on the wall, you can see we have this science equation here, and that's actually the scientific chemical equation for photosynthesis, obviously a reference to Poison Ivy. Stand Up with Mr. J is obviously a Joker reference. We have a Batman note, and the spoon being missing is a reference to that jail cell back there where somebody carved their way out. Now, on the floor here, there's a glow-in-the-dark radium Lego tile. Kind of hard to see, but that came in the science set from, I think, earlier this year, if not late last year. And that could be a reference to Professor Radium, a pretty obscure character from the comics, honestly. But that's pretty cool. Not really any references over here, just a maximum security. I do love this one, though. King Shark has a fin at the 7-foot mark, making him the tallest minifigure that's come through here. Man, would I love to get a King Shark at some point in time. That would be awesome. While not technically a reference, you can see all the villains are on the TV panels here for the security cams, which is cool. Now, getting into references more specifically, they recreated the Dark Knight Returns comic book cover here, saying the Batman Returns. It would be so cool if it just said the Dark Knight Returns, but I guess they didn't have space for that. On the computer, you could see it's a Wayne Tech computer, and we could see where Clayface just had his mugshot taken. And as we move the set around again, you could see that he dropped his identifier card there, and the number is 401940. Well, Detective Comics number 40 from the year 1940 was the first appearance of Clayface, so that's an awesome reference and one of my favorites in the whole set. We do have a photo of Jeremiah Arkham on the wall, pretty obscure reference there. There's that other sign I was talking about. I actually have to remove this entire brick so that we can see the owl statue, probably a reference to the Court of Owls. And then, of course, Eraserhead's head is on display there. Oh my gosh, how crazy is that? The door is for Dr. Harley Quinzel's office, but of course it says Dr. Ha, because it looks like Harley probably did the graffiti on this one. Then when we move in the office, we've got Harleen's Employee of the Month on the wall, as well as Harley's Most Wanted, the duality of man, or in this case, woman there. We also have her office here with like the little therapy chair and couch to lay back on, which is cool. We have a doctorate for Hugo Strange on the wall, which is a great reference there. Then some of my favorite references in the whole set are on this shelf behind Harley's desk, or chair rather, where we can see her red and white makeup, Two-Face's scratched up coin, and a very cool photo of Killer Croc coming out of the sewer there, which could be a reference to that very sewer grate right there. Could be, not sure. Speaking of great references, in the corner you can see the classic Lego Superheroes fire extinguisher, which is in so many sets. Now, over here at the Watchtower, it's actually removable from the whole set, and inside you can see that there is a Batman logo that looks a lot like the Arkham games, which I like a lot. You can see that this coffee is green and spilled over, and that's more than likely a reference to the toxin coffee that the Scarecrow has poisoned over here. We saw that on the security tape from downstairs, and one of the coolest references here is on the September calendar, with Calendar Man on it, of course. And if you look, the one that would be marked off, assuming the first box is the first of the month, is September 21st, which September 21st, 1992, was the debut episode of Batman the Animated Series. Now, up in the rooftop here, there are some condiments hiding, of course, a reference to Condiment King, and one of the hardest to find ones is actually hidden up here in the rafters. The way the set is built, you can't really even see this one, so I left it easy to be able to access, but it's a Riddle Me This crossword puzzle, which is so cool. All right, guys, let me know what your favorite Easter egg here was. This was a lot of fun to put together. I had a blast, and hopefully you did too. Don't forget to check out my other Arkham videos, and be sure to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss any others.